What company are you with?
I work with Alteris Renewables.
Okay, and what is your name?
My name's Steve Condon. I'm a solar energy specialist, a sales representative out of Dover, New Hampshire. A little bit of background so you guys are aware of who we are and what we're sort of, where we come from. We have been in the business for about 28 years. We've been, Alteris Renewables is a new name for us. It's actually, we're two companies that have merged. So SolarWorks has been in business based out of Montpelier since 1980. And then we merged with Solar Rights, who is a very similar track record. And now we're sort of rebranding a name, Alteris Renewables, so sort of integrating two companies into one.
So you've seen a lot happen over the years.
Oh yeah, we've been through the thick and the thin for the last 28 years, so we are still in business and doing very well.
We're finding that more homeowners want to find out about solar, even if they want to do partial solar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's not enough information that the person can find and what it requires.
Right.
So can you run through some basics of home installations using solar, what they might power up, how many you need?
Yep. So I mean, there's a couple ways to think about it. I mean, every home is different, obviously. So I mean, we have the ability to offset anywhere from 20 to 100% of your need on most solar on most homes, and there's various different companies that we can use to sort of fit the needs of each homeowner, each customer. So most homes can be integrated with solar. I mean, ideal scenario is a south-facing roof. You can be a little east, a little west, and there's varying degrees of that as well. So it's not often that I find a home that isn't feasibly capable of having some sort of solar in New England. So
now let me ask you this: what if your home doesn't have the proper sun? It's not sited properly.
Yep. So if it's not,
can you get a standalone array of solar that is facing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have an example of that?
I'm not sure if we have anything on the video here, but it may come about. But yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I would have never sited the house this way.
Yeah.
I would have faced it that way."
Yep.
But now you're stuck with this.
Yep.
So what can you do in that?
So we can do pole mounts and ground mounts. So basically, what it is building a structure. If it's a ground mount, it's essentially building a roof on the ground. Some people will build a shed and we'll put our solar up on top of the shed and make it actually useful space. But we try and get creative with that. A pole mount is another alternative. So if you don't want the wood-looking, post and beam sort of structure on your land, then we can do anywhere from 8 to 12 modules per pole, which would be about 12 modules is let's see, I guess that's about roughly 2 kilowatts per pole or so.
Now, when you say a pole, you're building a pole and you're putting these solar panels sliding out like shells.
Yeah, it's literally just a pole that goes into the ground. They've been engineered so the base structure is going to hold up to wind and wind loads and all that. And then we have anywhere from 8 to 12 panels on top of that pole. There's a racking system that fits right on top of it, so we can orient it at the perfect angle at any given time of year.
Better.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you can actually move it around.
Sure. Yep. You can change the tilt as well manually throughout the year because obviously the sun is higher in the summer and lower in the winter, so you get more of a direct impact if it's a steeper pitch in the winter and lighter pitch in the summer. So. Massachusetts actually just restructured their rebate program, so we're able to offer the rebates up front in the contract price, which is sort of new for us in the last 9 months. So the rebates don't come out of pocket for the homeowner anymore. That's we basically bear the burden in the contract price, and we'll claim the rebate 2 to 3 months after the project is complete. So Massachusetts is really amazing the way they've restructured, where they offer a base incentive of $1 a watt, and then there's adder rebates on top of that. So you can get, I mean, roughly about anywhere from 40 to 55% of your project paid for by the state.
That's great.
Yeah. So
run that by me again.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Very exciting stuff.
Give me an example.
Okay. So
I've got an ordinary house.
Okay. So here's an example.
I got some money.
Yep. So a good example is that. So basically, if you get everybody gets a base adder. If you can hit the home value adder, and you can get the moderate income adder as well, and a Massachusetts component adder, those basically add up to if you get them all and you do a 5 kilowatt system, it adds up to about $20,000. The 5 kilowatt system on average is anywhere from $38,000 to a $40,000 investment. So if the state's offering you $20,000 up front in the contract price, then that's 50% of your system that never comes out of your pocket. So $40,000 worst case scenario, 5 kilowatt system, $20,000 out of pocket. So on top of that, there's a 30% federal tax credit as well. So then you take, and I encourage everybody to speak with their accountants, because we're not accountants, but
yes.
we read the, we read the laws. But we want to make sure before you invest, if you're dependent on it, to make sure that you can apply to that 30%. So if that $40,000 investment just became $20,000 because the state paid for half, then basically you're taking 30% of the $20,000 contract price. So it's another $6,000 that you can get back from the federal when you do your taxes.
And you're saying your company will put in the first rebate kind of money?
We bear the burden of the state rebate program. Correct.
Then when the homeowner gets that, they give it back to you and say, here.
Yeah, well, the homeowner never. We basically we claim it directly from the state. Exactly. So it never. You don't never have to think about it.
Now this is only 9 months old, right? I mean, this is new, this rebate.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So the rebate, the first year of the Commonwealth Solar was 2008. So they had it structured a little bit differently, where, in my opinion, it's a lot more accessible to the masses now, where they reduced the base, but also increased the ability for people to take advantage of all the additional rebates that are out there. So I'm finding that a good portion of the clients that I've had this year have been really fantastic. Where they might have gotten a $5,000 or $10,000 rebate last year, now they're getting a $15,000 to $20,000 rebate. So it's really amazing. I focus on the rebates because that's the out-of-pocket cost, which is important. I mean, that's what people want to hear. I don't have to put $40,000, $50,000 out. I can put 15 or 20. So there's other great things that Massachusetts has set up, where you have a one-time $1,000 property tax credit. So you invest in 2008 for, basically when you do your taxes, 2009, there's a $1,000 tax credit for your property taxes. Yeah, exactly. And then they also have legislation in place where they can't increase the property taxes on the home based on the increased value of the home for 15 years. It might be 14 years, actually. Don't quote me on that. But it's in that area, yeah. So pretty fantastic stuff that they're setting up. They have, I think they're looking to have, they've got very aggressive.
Massachusetts really wants that to happen.
They really want it to happen.
The rebate policies.
Yeah.
Now, could a homeowner, if they called your company, would you help them figure out these things?
Oh yeah, no, that's what we do. That's what we do.
So you not only help them install it, you say, hey, here's your rebates, here's what you could go for, talk to your accountant about this.
Exactly.
But the whole thought process.
We do everything from ground zero. I mean, we don't, basically what we do is I always tell people I consider ourselves educators as much as anything else, because we have 30 years experience. If I don't have the direct answer, then I can talk to engineers that have been doing it for 30 years. And so it's really outstanding what our company has to offer. But yeah, let's see, so we have a main hub in Montpelier, Vermont, which is where SolarWorks was founded, and a main hub in Bristol, Rhode Island, which is where Solar Rights was founded. So that's our sort of two main hubs now.
Solar was up there too. I know him from a long time.
Exactly. I don't know him personally, but I know the name, and I'm sure Lee Seddon and the guys up there know them.
Now, what is your website?
It's alterisrenewables.com. Check us out. We have
Alteris.
Yep. But we're just an amazing resource. I searched out this company to work with them based on who they are and what they're.
Because a lot of people are just getting into solar now.
We're not just jumping on the bandwagon.
And I really want to talk to people that, like yourself and the other companies. What were the other two names that the companies?
Well, it was SolarWorks and Solar Rights. So now we're Alteris Renewables.
See, they've been around.
Good.
Forever.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you got it, guys.
That was really good.
They're good at hiding up all of them.
Are you an architect?
Do you have a sex on?